welcome to Fifth Dimension. So today's reading is going to be tarot guidance messages based on whatever your current situation is. So your energy will guide the reading. For pile number 1, we're going to have the Smokey Quartz. For pile number 2, it's going to be clear quartz. Pile number 3 is going to be Labradorite. And pile 4 is going to be the angel aura. So as always, choose whichever you feel most guided to, and if that's more than one, I would trust that. I am open for personal readings. If that's something you're interested in, just email me. You can find that in the description box. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a wig, it is, long story short, this is my way of coping when my inner feminine energy is in a wounded state and healing herself. My masculine energy takes over to sort of protect her. So, I'll see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Smokey Quartz, then you're at the right place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overall energy as far as what you're needing some clarity on, what you're needing some guidance on at this time. What is your current situation overall? That's way too many. Pile number 1, what is the main energy? We have card number 9 with the energy of the broken heart. Same. Alright. Let's see what we got for you in regards to your broken heart, pile number 1. Sorry to hear that. So with the Lovers showing itself to me, it essentially tells me that this connection is something that you feel special connection to, energetically, spiritually, emotionally, sort of destiny, sort of fated type of vibe. What do we need to know for pile number 1? That's a lot of messages. Alright, let's see what they are. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups, Seven, the Chariot, and we have the 4 of Wands. I'm going to clarify all of these just to get a clear, actually let me, no, I'm going to use the same deck. If I need to bust out another one, then I will. Alright, so clarify the 3 of Pentacles for me, please. Judgment. Clarify the Knight of Swords for me, please. Clarify the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is giving me like heavy frustration. We have the Ace of Swords, but it came out in reverse, and I feel the need to keep it that way, okay? So clarify the Page of Cups for me, please. We have Justice. So Justice and Judgment coming out means this is sort of like that vibe of something that was needing to happen. It's sort of like Judgment is like energetically or spiritually having a decision being made for you. And then Justice is things coming into balance because this decision has been made. It's like final judgment, right? Like sort of the vibe of courthouse hearings. This would be in the physical, like how you would experience this final decision. But with both of those energies coming out strongly as clarifiers, it sort of feels like the universe is kind of at play in this specific situation, but let me clarify that really quick. Chariot with the 9 of Pentacles to clarify. And then the Four of Wands. Oh, that's a lot of cards. I'm going to look at them, but then I'm going to shuffle again for one main. We have the King of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and the Queen of Wands. So they all came out. They both came out, the counterpart, Queen and King of Wands. With distance and a decision and challenge in between them. So I feel like that's significant. I'm going to keep that. That's telling me something about what led to this feeling of heartbreak, okay? It sort of feels like open-ended, if that makes sense. So, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. I knew this wig was going to be a lot of maintenance, but oh well. I'm already wearing it. This feeling feels really open-ended. What do I mean by that? Like, usually when this energy comes out, it's sort of like an ending. Like, why is there a broken heart? Or why is there the perception of a broken heart? And so you'll sort of see like tens. Maybe you'll see like areas as to what caused the heartbreak, which can usually be like deceptive or betrayal types of energies, but I don't see any of that here. I see what feels to be a lack of movement. And so maybe whatever judgment was made, like I said, it feels like sort of open-ended, like it's not over. I feel like this is strongly in regards to like some sort of connection, because we have both the King and Queen of Wands here, so strong. That would clarify with us seeing a little peekaboo of the Lover's energy. It's sort of like that deeply passionate, magnetic, fiery pull towards each other. There's a lot of wand energy here. It feels like whatever needed to happen whatever happened needed to happen for some sort of clarity, either on your end or this other person's end. Oh. With the Hermit over here, the Nine of Wands, it sort of feels like the challenge being, which could be a lot of things, right? It just feels like feeling overwhelmed, feeling unprepared to take on the task because of feeling sort of worn, feeling overexhausted energetically to be able to like come from a calm, balanced place. So the need for like a retreat in order to really gain like a, it's not that there was like a skewed perspective, it's that there was like a it sort of feels like I hear taken for granted, but I don't know if maybe that's how you feel, like you were feeling taken for granted, or the situation was sort of reaching a point where it was just like feeling like it wasn't being nurtured. But strong emphasis on the Nine of Wands being like what caused the separation. The Two of Swords also here to clarify. It just sort of feels like there was a lot of heavy energy involved with the situation. So overwhelmment, like sort of just feeling overexhausted in the same, sort of like doing the same thing over and over and not really getting anywhere. So just sort of feeling like at a state of frustration is what I was feeling with the Knight of Swords. But then at the same time, just feeling overwhelmed, feeling sort of defeated. And then the Two of Swords is the energy of a decision to make, right? I'm going to clarify that one really quick. Clarify the Two of Swords, please. Oh, sorry, let me do that. I feel like there will be movement, but I feel like something needs to come into balance before that can be. And there's a strong emphasis on that potentially being communication with the Ace of Swords in reverse, like something that's not been communicated. The Six of Pentacles is clarifying the Two of Swords, another indication of something needing to come into balance. This could be communication, or this could be a decision that needed to be made, sort of like staying in the crossroads. Led to more of this feeling of overwhelmment. But feeling the need for balance to come in. Like the situation is all calling for some sense of balance to come in. With judgment, with justice, with the Six of Pentacles. Let me get clarity on this really quick. The need for this retreat. I feel like whatever your perception of, I feel like it's separation. I feel like there's longing for movement. I feel like there's longing for connection with this person, but I feel like it's not there yet. But the strong potential, look, I feel like however the situation is affecting you, which I do feel that a sense of frustration within you, but I also feel a lot of confusion. And I feel like that has a lot to do with why this situation is playing out the way that it is, because there's a need for things to sort of clear out. And I strongly feel that's in regards to communication. So things that need to be said that are just adding, the fact that they're not being said is sort of adding to the confusion, the sense of feeling lost, the sense of feeling like you or this person or both of you are like putting a lot of energy, and this could be like energy, just like mental energy. This doesn't have to be like you're giving this person all your time and whatever, but you're giving each other a lot of like mental energy. This could also be physical energy, like just this person giving a lot of time, you giving a lot of time or a lot of thought, but a sense of like it's not flowing through in the way that it needs to. So I feel like that's in regards to within each other. I feel like it's just something that's not, it's not being clearly expressed, however that is for you. Okay, so whatever these thoughts are, whatever this movement is, it's not happening. I definitely feel like it's time for something to move along, because we have energy of movement into what would be considered happiness. The Four of Wands is feeling a celebratory. You show them uniting, you know, joining in the union of high compatibility, of strong desire to share experiences with one another. I do want to get, like, if this is, okay, I know I've been all over the place and I apologize for that. This does feel like complicated energy, like how I'm feeling trying to read this is sort of like this. Like there's just a lot going on, to be honest. It feels like both of y'all on both of y'all's ends have a lot of heaviness. So I don't feel like all of that confusion and heaviness is directly between the connection, if that makes sense. It's sort of like there's outside influences also affecting we have the Six of Cups in the back and the Three of Wands. So that's also indicating the want for balance, and or the need for balance. I'm not going to say want because, ooh, sorry, I'm trying to stroke my legs. Okay, my bad. What was I saying? Something about the need for balance. Right. Let me get some energies for the King of Wands. Please tell me what's going on with the King of Wands in regards to this broken heart. I want to know about the King of Wands this time. The King of Wands has this deep expression of love. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. We have the Strength card and the Five of Wands. The Queen of Wands is going through some shit. So whether you identify with the feminine or the masculine energy, the feminine energy and the masculine energy here is longing, thinking, feeling for, wanting a beginning, a fresh beginning. The feminine energy in this connection is in the process of feeling heartbroken herself. So that's probably your energy. But the Five of Cups is feeling a sense of loss. I always pay attention to the cups because in all the decks it's actually different. Like in the traditional, they're turning their back to the two cups that are still filled while focusing on the spilt three. However, in this one, she or he is holding the two cups. The three cups at the bottom are already spilled. The person is holding the two cups, like sort of considering whether to let this connection go. And I sort of feel like both of you don't have clear indication of where you both stand in as far as like feelings go when it comes to your cup energy, because the King of Cups is in the energy of wanting to offer this cup, wanting this union, wanting this connection. I don't think that's being expressed though, because the Queen of Wands energy is feeling sad, feeling lost, feeling like they're trying to find the strength to pull through what they feel is spilt. What do I need to know? We have the Seven of Cups on the masculine's energy. What do we have to know about the Queen of Wands energy? Page of Swords and the Fool. Why is she getting two? Okay. The masculine energy, I was intending, although I didn't say it, like what is the challenge in regards to, like what is highlighted in this specific situation that's going on, right? What is being highlighted here? What is the lesson to be learned? What is there to be gained from this? The Seven of Cups energy is sort of being all over the place. The Seven of Cups is sort of like not being able, it's like a non-committal energy, and that doesn't have to be in regards to a relationship, but it very well could be because it is in regards to a connection, right? But it's sort of just like not being able to lay it out or not being able to narrow down the one cup, okay? This cup usually indicates like the intention to make a choice, but I don't think that was clearly indicated with the Seven of Cups coming out. It's sort of like giving off the vibe of like that there's many options, but not giving clear indication of who's going to receive the cup, if that makes sense. So the masculine in this situation is sort of not being clear about their intention with the cups. So The feminine in this connection is needing clarity. They're sort of like in a state of like walking away and wanting a new start, or needing clarity in order to have that new start, okay? Like it sort of feels like they're on the edge. They're on the edge, the feminine energy here, because do I have it backwards? I'm showing you the back of the card. My bad, my bad. Trying to pick it up. Okay, yeah, they're literally on the edge trying to figure out whether to let it go. Regardless, I feel like this is a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune comes in and it's sort of like the world energy where there's a cycle ending, a new one ready to begin. And so I feel like the feminine energy is sort of like weighing out what the new beginning is going to be. Is the new beginning going to be this with the cup? Or is the new beginning going to be just walking away and spilling the cups, starting new, starting with 0 cups, okay? A little bit of complicated energy going on there. I'm not going to lie. Let me get an advice card for you. I feel like the main thing is going to be communication, because literally everything that feels complicated here feels like it's just confusion and uncertainty, but I don't feel like there was any like outright betrayal to lead to this broken heart, and I also don't feel like it's like been like a clear ending to cause the feeling of a broken heart. I could be wrong. Only take that if it resonates, of course. What advice do you have for Pamela? This one flipped. All of them. Other did not. Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. This is sort of about... It's giving me the same vibe with this, except this is more like taking time to like really go within. Sit in stillness. Because when you're in stillness is the best time to reflect, okay? So, pile number 1, I would say that your guidance, your main advice is to sit in stillness, to be able to gain a little bit of clarity as best you can, whether you're the feminine or the masculine in this situation. There's a need for clarity on both ends, okay? Especially on the feminine's end. Look at this big ass sword she's holding. Like, she wants answers. So if that's you, are you asking the questions? There's swords here on both, so I feel like, I don't know who, maybe it's just like sort of like the fear of initiating who's going to start this conversation, but regardless, this conversation needs to happen if there's going to be any resolution, is what I'm hearing, okay? So that's what I got for you, pal number 1. I hope this was able to resonate and give you some sort of clarity, if any. If I leave you with any sort of like hopeful energy, it's sort of just letting you know that this doesn't feel like it's done by any means. It just sort of feels like it has the potential, as at least it feels more done on the feminine's energy, because she's ready to just take the leap, and it just sort of feels like she's trying to find the strength to leave something behind that she really doesn't want to. She's really holding on to those 2 cups. But I feel like the lack of clarity is sort of guiding her in that direction, okay? So both highly compatible with the counterpart coming out. But like I said, everything is free will at the end of the day. So whether the energies are here for the potential of whether you or that person takes action on steering the energy into clearing itself up with all this sword energy and needing like just to have a sense of clarity and understanding in the situation, I think will literally allow things to go into motion in the way that they want to for both of you, but in the way that they need to or are meant to go as well, okay? So that is what I got for you, pal number 1. If this did resonate, please click subscribe, like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so, and until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pal number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. let's go ahead and take a look at what direction your reading is going to take. You know what? I forgot to bring out your crystal. Give me 1 second. All right. So I got your clear quartz right here. Look who we have in the back. This little ugly, deceitful person. JK. All right. So, sorry, that's going to bother me. Pile number 2. What is the main energy of their current situation? We have the Sun, card number 1, and we have Walking Away, card 27. So, looks like you're trying to move away into your, I was going to say your passage, your journey, your path. But there's some hesitation here. This card always gives me like, I'm feeling guided, but I'm not sure. Like I really don't know if I should, or I'm not really sure if I want to, or just having some doubt. Like not being completely, feeling guided, but not being completely secure in the decision to do so. That's what that always gives me, okay? So let's go ahead and see what you're walking away from and what you're walking towards. Okay. So what is pile number 2 I'm currently walking away from? I see the 2 of Cups and I focused on it. And then we have the King of Pentacles showing himself too. Are you walking away from the King of Pentacles with his chocolate ass cake and his wine? I wouldn't do that. I'm just kidding. I would give anything for somebody to show up with it. Maybe not chocolate cake, but like, maybe like a cheesecake. We have the Sun again, but it's in reverse. Maybe like a cheesecake and some wine and some hot Cheetos. Just kidding. Not really. Alright. What is pile number 2 walking away from? Okay, I'm confused. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Empress. We have the Justice. I don't understand. Walking away from... 9 of Pentacles is this card of like being independent. Single, independent woman who don't need no man. That's the second time I'm hearing that in the past 2 readings, okay? Being self-sufficient, being, yeah, just like independent and free and yeah. Then we have the Empress card, which is that feminine energy of abundance, of creation, of nurturing, of... Okay, I thought I heard a beep. But then we have the Justice card. We're feeling the need for something to come into balance, and then you sort of see these cats like fighting with each other. So once again, I don't understand why this is the energy of what you're walking away from. Let me clarify. I feel like what you're walking away from is in order to take you out of a place of feeling imbalanced with the 2 cats fighting. I always take that as, because there's one white cat and there's one black cat. So I always take that as like your inner, like there's inner chaos in regards to your feminine energy. Why is there inner chaos in the feminine energy? 4 of Pentacles. That's that energy of not wanting to let go. Look at him clinging. So that's going to confirm to me like that energy in the walking away, like sort of like feeling guided to, but not not really being like secure in that decision. We have the Moon. We have the Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is what you're wanting to move towards. Confirm that this is what you're trying to move towards, pile number 2. Card 10, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're wanting forward movement in your career, or just in feeling like there's growth happening, feeling like there's progress being made. I feel like that's what you're wanting to walk towards. But then we have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is like that happy family, feeling fulfilled in all aspects of life, okay? Not just materialistically, not just when it comes to your money. Really wanting to move. I mean, there's the Sun energy showed itself twice. We had like you, pile number 2, are wanting to have clear vision laid out for you as far as knowing that the steps that you are taking, with the Three of Pentacles being there, are leading you towards your Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like whatever, it's not really being indicated very strongly here. All that I know is what it's giving me is whatever you were clinging on to was sort of starting to make you feel a lot. Because we have the Moon energy here, so it may actually, you know, have started to make you feel imbalanced emotionally. It may have started to make you feel like you were being held back. It may have started to make you feel like an altered perception of yourself. If you can see, there's a skew in perception. Any of those things, take that as it resonates. I feel like whatever it is that you are feeling guided to walk away from, that it's something that was starting to put your sense of independence and femininity in a place of imbalance, and therefore the need or the guidance that you've been either receiving or just sort of vibing out, like, what should I do in this situation? I've been feeling imbalanced in regards to my sense of power, because that Nine of Pentacles is like a card of like self-empowerment. Like, this situation is sort of making you feel like you were losing your sense of empowerment, is what I'm feeling, as well as your femininity. Look at her holding on to her pregnant belly. There's something about the softness of a female who feels safe and secure, because here she's in a more vulnerable state. So maybe your feminine vulnerability was not being protected in whatever, like the Empress right now, like, I don't know if it's just that I'm looking at her through a reflection instead of looking her directly, but no, she's still giving it to me. She's giving me a sense of like feminine power, but also being in a very vulnerable place and needing to be treated as such. And I feel like whatever the situation that you feel the need to sort of, or feel guided, for a lot of you, I feel like you're being guided to walk away from whatever the situation is and sort of being like very hesitant. It may be something that's very difficult for you to do, okay? I feel like it's something that put these two into a state of feeling ungrounded and imbalanced. Maybe you feel like you were losing your sense of self-worth, I'm hearing for some of you. Self-empowerment and safety in being vulnerable is what I'm hearing, okay? So you're feeling guided to take steps towards more balanced energy and towards your Ten of Pentacles, which is where you feel safe, right? The Ten of Pentacles is that energy of being in a safe environment to flourish. Yeah. It's also the same as the sun energy. It's sort of like feeling like having it all, right? What does pile number 2 need to know in regards to this situation? That's a lot of stuff. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. I was about to say my voice is going froggy. Give me a sec. Okay, fuck. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. I was trying to play it off like this reading wasn't resonating with me. As soon as I mentioned the Ace of Swords, I went frog throat. This is a card about having clarity, but also it's the card about like communication, okay? Like if you see all these birds, like birds are communicators, right? Birds are the ones that go around spreading news to each other. Like, have y'all ever heard them birds? I listen to them all the time, and they're always chattering and gossiping and all sorts of shit, right? But it is putting communication out there. I feel like this is on your part. We have the Ace of... I lost all sense. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have more communication here with the Knight of Swords and all of these birds. And then we had the Magician. I strongly feel with card number 1, this is indicative of 1, this is indicative of 1. There is going to be a strong, swift shift into some sort of new beginning. So it's just like almost like if you were trying to, if you were feeling guided and being hesitant, which I'm going to pull some cards, just give me a second, on what guidance in regards to specifically the feelings of hesitation. I'm feeling like this, I have no way of other than saying it, it's just that this is necessary because look, if you were feeling in a place of imbalance, which I feel like you were, and it was causing some sort of inner chaos, right? So the strong indication here that in order, although there was hesitation on your part to walk away from this lack of clarity, okay, whatever that be for you and how that resonates with you, this lack of clarity or this lack of something, okay? The moon is like hidden energy, that which does not make itself clear, that which is in the shadows of the night, in the darkness, okay? And so it brings in confusion. The moon energy brings in emotion attached, in this case, I'm feeling to confusion. I feel there's a lot of emotional confusion. That resonates with me. Which is where that hesitation comes in, right? The hesitation because there's no clarity on all those emotions that you're sort of feeling. It makes it difficult to trust the guidance. But that it's absolutely necessary to shift the imbalance into a place of balance. I definitely feel with all these ones, pile number 2, I feel like that decision that you were being guided to make is the right one, no matter how difficult it may have been for you, because it's about to shift you to a place of where you need to be. Where you need to be, because I strongly feel like this is strongly what you want, is this feeling of safety, this feeling of security, of protection. Is a strong word that I'm getting, like protection in what it is that you have, some sense of security, okay? Give me some advice in regards to pile number 2 and what they need to know about their hesitation to leave behind. What does pile number 2 need to know? We have 2 cards come out. We have the 5 of Swords, and then we have the Chariot. Yeah, this is like, oof, sorry, my legs always fall asleep on me when I'm crisscross applesauce. This is going to confirm to me that you're feeling in a state of chaos. Your mind, your feelings, too, with the moon energy here, like all of that is sort of chaotic, and I feel like there is a strong sense of guidance, but there's also like a pull towards what you're leaving behind. So what guidance do we have in regards to that hesitation? The energy just sort of keeps giving me the vibe of like this is needing to happen for something to shift. The Hanged Man is like shifted energy, right? It is not being able to move energy or perspective in some way and needing to do so in such a drastic way in order to gain like some sense of clarity, because I feel like there's no clarity here. There's that feeling of being stuck. There's that feeling of restriction. There's that feeling of not staying in the situation as much as there's hesitancy to move away from the situation. There's no room for, remember I said like your sense of self-empowerment, self-freedom sort of was being restricted or feeling imbalanced. I feel like there's staying the way things are. Strong emphasis on not like it being like such a, let me get it. I don't know what this is for you. Pile number 2. The 6 of Wands coming out here is just like it's something that needs to happen. I feel like the balance that you want to come in is incapable. The stability that you want to come in is incapable of being accessed in the state that things are now, whatever that is for you, okay? So I can definitely see how this would be career. There's a lot of pentacles here. I can definitely see how this is something in regards to communication or cutting some sort of physical ties to specific situations or people with the Sword energy here. But regardless, whatever the situation is for you, pile number 2, this is something that I sort of feel like it's up in the air, because I kept on trying to like want to pick up like, is this like a final like, because that's sort of what it feels like the hesitation on your end is just, you just don't want to know that this is the end. It's sort of what it feels like. I don't want to walk away and know that this is just the end. And it's sort of up in the air. I can't tell you that it's not the end, and I can't tell you that it is the end. It's going to differ for everybody, and the circumstances are going to be completely different for everybody, but it's sort of like almost like undecided at this point, depending on what other energies are involved in this situation. But at least on your end, there's the absolute need to pull yourself of the situation as it is currently, because as it is currently, it's not getting you anywhere good. It's actually causing inner chaos. It's causing you to feel unsafe. It's causing you to feel less empowered. Not unsafe, just vulnerable. Unsafe in vulnerability is what I meant to say, okay? Because it's not a dangerous situation, but it's something that's not allowing you to flourish and feel like you can be vulnerable comfortably, if that makes sense, okay? So the need to do this without having any indication of whether it's the end or not the end. Okay? What advice do we have for pile number 2? What advice do we have for pile number 2? You're not getting a whole stack, okay? Pile number 2. One card, please. Just one. There it is. We have High Priest, Intend and Create. This is a card about manifesting. It's the Magician card, which you already got, actually. You're going to manifest, okay? Like, in my case, there's, yeah, like all of it resonates with me in the feeling of imbalance, in the feeling of hesitation, in the feeling of inner chaos, in the feeling of wanting to move towards my own Ten of Pentacles, whatever that be, without any indication of where that's going to lead me or what that be. But all of this new beginning that you are manifesting for yourself, what you're doing, what you're being guided to do, I'm going to say is the right thing, okay? And I'm going to say that you need to continue to trust your guidance on this, because all the indication of what you're, like, I wish I had the other view, but I don't feel like moving everything around. It just seems like such a big fuss to do right now. But I wish I could give you the other view of like this, the contrast of what you're walking away from. Let me put the main ones. This is what you're walking away from, and this is what you're moving into. Okay? So trust that your guidance is leading you to the right direction, even if that's just to get you to shift your energy out of this. Like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like there's a lot of strong focus on whether this is the end. Do I have to let go forever or just temporarily? And I'm going to have to say that that's going to differ based on your circumstances, based on your situation. And I know that's probably the biggest conflict for you right now is the resistance that you have. I myself have resistance to the walking away, but it's like the cherry on top of the tsunami that I have been experiencing. Okay. So, yeah, you too. You too, pile number 2. You've been experiencing tornadoes and tsunamis just like me. I do want to get one more card, but don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, pile number 2, that I'm getting you added guidance. All right. So added guidance, bonus guidance for pile number 2. Oh, pile number 2, that was like 4 motherfucking cards. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Well, I've been doing that. I've been dancing by myself. Dancing by myself. Is that like an 80s song? Birthing a new age. Birthing new creations. Dreaming a new world into being. That's what you're doing. That was all the ones. That was all that brilliant energy. Like there's a need to clear your energy of anything. In my case, like I have a giant tsunami of shit that's coming up that apparently I was pushing away. Ugh, don't you just hate it when a tsunami comes and drowns you? I do. Then we have the crumbling. What are you clinging to? You already know this because it's what we did the entire reading on. No clinging. No clinging. Trust the universe, as hard as it is, because I know it's hard for me to trust the universe, especially when I don't know. Especially when I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. And I just want to be happy and dance with myself. I don't want to feel all the sadness. All right, pile number 2, that's what I got for you. I'm going to stop being emo. Lies. I'm going to go right back to being emo. If this did resonate with you, please subscribe, comment, like, share, do whatever you feel guided to. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for this reading. If you chose this beautiful Labradorite, then you're at the right place, okay? So, I just realized that my bangs have been brushed out in 3 different ways for all 3 piles. Whew. Alright, let's get through this. Sun in reverse. Strength card showing itself. Alright, what is the main energy? Oh, that was quick. Door to value. So, you are seeking guidance in regards to your money. Same, baby, same. Just kidding. Alright, let me get 3 main energies in regards to what's going on. What's going on? Pile number 3. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the World. Fuck, and I don't ever remember what this one is. Is this Justice? Is this Judgment? Is this Temperance? I don't know, okay? I just know that there's something about healing, balance, and patience in regards to this energy. So, I don't see any issue here. What do you need to know? Me all mad. Looks like things are going pretty well for you, pile number 3. What's the challenge? Okay. If the challenge is you just have way too many good opportunities coming your way, pile number 3, then I'm like, okay, that's not a real challenge, person. No, it's not. It's not real. Just kidding. 7 of Cups is sort of just like not being able to make a decision, right? Typically, I associate it with that. It's sort of just like there's all this opportunity and whatever will I decide? But it could just be being in a place of confusion. There is a lot of cloud coverage here, so it's like cloudy with a chance of meatballs. You just don't know what's going to come flying out of the sky, do you? Pile number 3. Maybe there's a lot going on. Yes, I see that here. This is like movement. Okay, so good things are starting to happen. Good things are beginning. We'll just go with that. They're beginning to happen for you, but it sort of feels like there's like an acceleration of movement that sort of feels overwhelming. I feel like I would rather be in this energy than not. No, never mind. I like being slothy. I've been so slothy these past days. Okay, so this is Judgment. So then this, I feel like she might be Temperance, but I'm not sure still, okay? So, Judgment. What did I say was going on? I forgot already. Oh, that you feel like things are starting to like feel like they're accelerating. Judgment feels okay. There's like a process of shedding, but there's also like reward. There's shedding and reward. So it's like, how do you call it? Like when you're having to no risk without reward? No, that's not. What is that? It sort of feels like something given for something taken. Like you're having to sacrifice. Is that what it is? Like, for example, let's say that I turned myself into a man. let's say that I am the breadwinner of my family and I got to take care of them, and I get this opportunity to like have a raise, which would be nice because we've been like dreaming of a summer vacation with me, the wife, and all my kids, because I got like 3 of them, okay? And they give me this opportunity, which is good, but it takes me out of my home for longer than I would like to be. So now I'm spending less time with my family, but I have money to take them for summer vacations for like 2 weeks straight, which they enjoy, but I also enjoy spending time with them. Okay, yeah, you get the point, right? That's sort of what I'm getting right now, but only take that if it resonates. Tell me more about what's challenging. Yes, look, we have the 4 of Swords, is needing a feeling like snowy. Needing the feeling? No. Feeling the need of having things slow down. Feeling the need of having things to slow down. Why? Because they're moving so fast that it sort of feels like it's just so accelerated. It's overwhelming. You just feel like you sort of just want to like chill and enjoy it. Because it is good stuff that's beginning to happen, but you're not able to like really enjoy it even because you're just so like busy going. There's just a lot to do. It is overwhelming. Now is what I'm getting with the 7 cups. All right, so what do we need to know about this situation for pile number 3? What do we need to know about this specific situation? Okay. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Swords, or in this case, the 1 of Swords. So what you were needing to know what do you need to know? It's almost like I almost feel like it is a sacrifice that needs to be made for the meantime, but it feels like a temporary thing because I feel like it's going to bring a lot of empowerment and a lot of opportunity with the 9 of Pentacles and the 1 of Swords. So it's really just sort of like putting you in a place. Yes, it does feel accelerated. Yes, okay, so this is like, I know what this feeling is, but for me, it's like the complete opposite. I was just telling my friend that I felt like I was shedding at such an accelerated rate that it just felt like a lot to process. Like it was just a lot. It just felt overwhelming. But I feel like that's what you're going through, but in a different sense. It's sort of just like a lot of action is sort of what it feels like with the wand energy coming out. It's like your main dominant, like you're having to do a lot, you're having to go a lot, you're having to be all over the place, but it is bringing reward, and it is like something that's successful for you, right? So it's definitely not something that you want to let up on. In my case, I was talking about my healing. But there's a part in you needing a little bit of a pause. So I feel like that's going to be emphasized in your guidance. What do we need to know about this 4 of Swords and needing a pause or a break? Okay, just that one. I would say do it. Find the opportunity to recharge your energy. This is the sun, right? So getting your recharge, maybe having a day like going out in the sun, if that's something that you like enjoy doing, right? I'm just thinking because it's like been like summery vibes, hitting the beach, the lake, whatever's near you, going for a hike, being out in the sun to sort of rejuvenate you, or if that's just resting and retreating, then you do that. Whatever you feel like you need to rejuvenate you. But I really think that, look at me thinking I'm closing off this reading. at almost 10 minutes. What do I need to know for pile number 3? The other readings went well over 20 minutes, and I'm just like, everything was pretty good for you, pile number 3. There's a lot of wand energy, so yeah, you're definitely doing a lot of actions. 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. I really feel like what you're doing right now is really laying a solid foundation for what it's going to be like. I don't know what this is for you, but I really feel like it's anything you want it to be. It's potential is what it is. This is opportunity. This is potential being manifested from thought into action, because there's a lot of wand energy here. So manifested from thought into action, and that's a lot of potential. Okay, so I am going to close off your reading actually. Sorry, yours was shorter than the other one, pile number 3. But it sort of really felt straightforward. But you're lucky, actually, because pile number 1 and 2 were like so confusing. I just could not with them. Just kidding. That's all my energy. We have broken arrow for you. Embrace the energy of peace. It's like whatever you were used to as your old norm is no longer your old norm, because I do feel like your whole something is shifting with the World card here. Like something is shifting. It feels like a lot of movement. But sort of like coming to a place of peace within all of those changes, with all of that, right? Coming to peace with all of the changes. I'm going to take that as a message for myself, because that sounds about right. If this message did resonate with you, pile number 3, please subscribe, like, comment, all of that stuff. I appreciate those of you that do, and I appreciate my OG community, those of you that I already know and feel like y'all are my friends. I feel like we went to middle school together and all that stuff. Just kidding. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this angel aura, then you're at the right place. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the main energy of what you're seeking guidance is. I saw the thinking man in action. Oh. Telepathy and healer of the ages, so you may be on a process of spiritual awakening, which may be something that you're needing clarity on at this time, or not. All right, we have the world, and we have angel of strength. The world in this specific energy deck always gives me the vibe of sort of like having faith in moving forward towards a path that is not clear whatsoever. Like it could be a firm foundation on your next step, or you could just like sink off a cliff or something. Sorry, I was just checking if my mic was still on or dead. But having the strength to have faith in your current path or your current direction at this time, okay? So there might be some doubt. There might be some fear associated with that. I just realized I'm showing my silly little tongue every time. It just feels like my tongue gets like a blowfish, and all of a sudden it's just like I hate when that happens so bad. Alright, anyways, pile number 4. What do we need to know? I'm so embarrassed. Okay. All this feminine energy. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Empress. Ooh, we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Holy moly. Ugh, that's such a funny thing to say. I should say that more often. I'm going to go to my daughter's room and say to her right now, holy moly. Just kidding. She'll probably make fun of me for like 2 weeks straight. She'll be like, Mom, remember that time you came into my room and we're like, holy moly? That's exactly what she would be saying. All right, what's going on with all this beautiful energy? What is the challenge here? This is beautiful energy. Pile number 4. We have the World. We have more feminine energy with the Queen of Wands. Beautiful energy. If there is doubt in you as far as what's coming next, pile number 4, like, I don't know what, 6 of Pentacles. I don't know what you're worried about because you have literally nothing to worry about. The universe has got your back as... You have the 9 of Cups, which is like self-emotional fulfillment, like feeling very like abundant in your own energy, in what you have and what you have to offer and what you are receiving and where, yeah, and all of that. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles is having it all. Whatever that is for you, all of it. Each pentacle being any of your desires, and like really having a grasp on all of that. Queen of Cups, Empress, beautiful feminine energy, very nurturing, very self-aware of the emotions, very in the receiving mode. What does receiving mode mean? Is having that trust. So this card was giving me a sense of like, if there's a challenge in you, I feel like there's like just a sense of struggle. It's like a, what that is. You know what I mean? So it's like half here, half there. Half having trust, half having doubt is sort of what it's feeling. But I feel like once you really get that sorted through, once you really get grounded in that having trust. Queen of Cups, the Empress. Queen of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, balance. 10 of Pentacles, fulfillment. 9 of Cups, emotional happiness. The world. The world is your oyster. We have the 2 of Cups, and then we have the Death. Death is a card that indicates rebirth. So you are about to have a rebirth in this world, because world could also be like that vibe of like you're ending cycles. I'm sorry that I'm messing with my hair. Like, I am anxious, okay? I'm wearing a wig because I'm freaking anxious of recording myself, and I'm an emotional little crybaby at the moment, and the wig is my mask. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I just felt like, girl, you have been like pulling at your hair for a good ass while, and that is not okay. The world can indicate closing off and ending cycles, which would connect with the energy of death. Closing something off in order to have a rebirth. And that could be love for a lot of you, which, like, why the hell not? You are like so like a lot of words, like whatever words come with self, like self-sustained, self-secure, self-sufficient, all of those S words are coming out. So yeah, I feel like naturally you would be in a place of attracting all of that towards you. Oh, this is such good energy, pile number 4. I love it, I love it. We have the Judgment, which I think came out of like 3 different piles, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. All of these readings merge, to be honest to me. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles. So Judgment being what brings things into balance. What does this connect with? There was another pile that had Judgment. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to think of it because I already lost everything. I lost all senses. What does pile 4 need to know? What else does pile 4 need to know? We have the 4 of Swords. Okay. Sorry I made that face. I was just like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like I'm not getting the full story. Like, there's got to be something here. Like, it can't just be like, it's never just a pretty fucking picture, right? There's always some shit. There's always something. Just kidding. You can never just have, like, full happiness. There's always got to be some shit the universe is trying to teach you. Why is any of this necessary? Somebody answer me, please. JK. Alright, death. The ending of something, which also collaborates. I don't know why I keep on wanting to say collaborate, but it connects with the 10 of Swords energy. Is like the death, a closing off of a strong cycle, or a healing for some of you, with the 4 of Swords coming out here also. It could be a strong cycle of healing that you're coming out of, which would connect with all of this vibrant energy and being able to just sort of like end your blockages and get you like off into the flow of the universe. For others of you, it's just really closing off, cutting ties, ending things. Yeah, like literally closing off chapters, closing off connections. For some of you, it could be like moves, moving away, like either energetically or like a physical move is what I'm getting for some of you. But this indicating that this like closing of this cycle, closing of this chapter, it's going to bring in like a really beautiful flow of vibrant energy, in at least in what you're attracting, especially with all of this beautiful feminine, highly magnetic energy that you are emitting. Look at all of this. That is some vibrant feminine energy. And you're embodying them all. So this is just like, you're really standing out. And whatever this is for you, for some of you, this is relationship. I could also see it in regards to career. But obviously it could be in anything, right? Whatever you're pursuing, whatever your passions are, wherever your like direction is in life at this time, I really strongly feel like things are going to go good. This is a little bit of heavy energy, so maybe you're working on some healing, maybe you are making decisions as far as like certain things that need to be cut out, certain just decisions that need to be made, okay? It doesn't have to be anything serious, like closing things off, okay? It could just be like making certain decisions to move away from and direct focus towards, okay? So let me get you, oh, let me just see if there's anything else. I'm already closing your reading off just like I did. Oh, I guess there's more stuff. We have the 7 of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this has been a process for you. All of this stuff is like indicating the story of all the perseverance and all the endurance that you've had in working hard to get out of what you have experienced in this previous cycle that you were in. With the Pentacle energy, it feels like for a long time it may have taken some time to work through, but eventually coming to a point, which I feel like you're in right now, of finally seeing some movement and closing some of these things off and being able to gain like a strong sense of direction towards wherever it is that you're headed, because you're headed somewhere. It was the main energy, and it's sort of just like a new path that you were like paving for yourself. So there's a lot of uncertainty there, but I promise you that with this energy coming out, like it's good. Whatever direction you're headed in is the right direction that you need to be headed in, because all of these cards indicate like wonderful things, okay? So, our advice for you is sage. Be devoted and committed, which I feel like you are. So be devoted and committed to the path that you've set out on. It's sort of like the doubts that do come up are always going to, not always, but they have this strong capacity to bring up the amount of fear that can literally like physically debilitate you. So put you in a place of paralysis. Because all of this sword energy, that's what that can do. These are past experiences of failure, past experiences of self-doubt, self-worth, whatever, okay? When this comes up, which I say would be the dark side of this world over here that you see in the card image, it would be all the doubt that you have, whereas the brightness would be like that sun energy of having illumination, having hope, having experienced some success and pulling on that momentum. But the darkness here being all of the doubt that can come up, and it can be heavy energy enough to paralyze people from gaining movement forward, but also in sending people right back to wherever they were coming out of, right? Wherever they were trying to end cycles, it can send them right back into old cycles, just with the fear alone of the unknown of what direction you're headed into. But I promise you, it's a good direction. You're headed to a place of good balance, in a lot of emphasis on Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, balance, emotional balance, energetic balance, and then like success and fulfillment with all of these like beautiful energies, okay? So I really feel like whatever doubt that you may be experiencing, strong guidance would be to not deter. Be devoted, be committed to the path that you've set out on. Don't deter, because if you are not seeing clear indication of all of this beautiful energy that's being indicated here, at some point, which is going to differ for those of you, right? Which sucks to say, but it's going to differ. At some point, it does pick up the pace, because there is indication here that at some point there's like slowness, where you feel like lack of certainty that this was the right move to make. You may even experience strong challenge, and for some of you it may be financial, because there is a lot of pentacle energy here. So if you might be experiencing that, which can create a lot of doubt, but know that at some point, if you're not already there and seeing it, then at some point it is going to. So be devoted and committed to your path, because there will be movement that will take you right into this energy. I say it myself. Okay, but yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 4. All right, pile number 4, so that's what I got for you. If this message did resonate, please click subscribe, like, comment if that's something you're comfortable doing. And I will see you at the next reading, loves. Until we vibe again.